JaLynn Prince. And you've got, again, very long text, so I'm going to ask you to try to...
I've consolidated it a
Okay,
lot.
thank you.
JaLynn Prince, Madison House Foundation. IACC is making some promising strides, but yet there is still a crisis that exists and is growing. I refer to the growing number of undiagnosed and underserved adults with autism. They are largely invisible, and they and their families are in crisis. We have both a moral and economic imperative to respond. We know for a certainty that the 8-year-olds that we've been talking about will live a vast majority of their lives as adults, and they are likely to have few or no services. That 13 years will go by in a blink of an eye. These beautiful children will disappear from view and will join an existing population of uncounted numbers who are already adults. We know that among these thousands, if not millions, of individuals, there are those who have not been able to qualify for adult services, those who have limited services, those who are living with aging parents, those who are on the street, and those that have taken up residency in our penal institutions. This invisible group is called adults on the autism spectrum. Let me share 3 quick examples. This past week, a mother sat across from me in our foundation offices. She's in her mid-70s. Her son, now 30, was not diagnosed with autism until the age of 26. Because of a late diagnosis, he has been unable to secure any services. Unless he becomes violent or is a threat to his parents or has an altercation with the police, they will not be able to get much needed help in the foreseeable future. His elderly mother has just one resource, a few respite hours, and they are quickly running out. A second mother came to talk about her son, who is 28. The parents served our nation in the diplomatic corps, transferring from country to country throughout their careers. Because they were abroad and didn't live in a state, their son has no funded services. He is living at home, and his mother is his 24/7 caregiver, teacher, healthcare provider, and advocate. She is without help and is exhausted. The father has retired from working with our embassies, but is now taking jobs to enable them to fund their son's future and care. My own son, Madison, represents a typical story of a young adult aging without services. He graduated 20 months ago. The student body even gave him a standing ovation. He had transition in place. But the interim year-long program did not have in its place anyone who knew anything about autism, though we were assured they did. Although he was promised a position for the following year, the ball was dropped. And since last May, because of retirements, quitting, transferring, he has had over 6 caseworkers. And as a result, the program that he was to be in, he has been rejected from because of lack of follow-up. If this can happen to me, and I'm an autism professional, what is happening to parents across the country that are single, have few resources, that have other children, or perhaps other children on the autism spectrum? And what is happening in our neighborhoods with the silent group that is among us, with families suffering and having a very difficult time coping from day to day with particular types of autisms? Many decisions that have been made on behalf of those with disabilities are placing large portions of our population at risk. All of us need to roll up our sleeves and take a look at the big picture. What is being done that needs correcting, and what needs to be done that is not being done? We need a more comprehensive approach, looking at things between each of your agencies, with none of us placing ourselves in a position of defending policies that don't work. We need to be in harmony with creating better person-centered, positive futures. We need to innovate, to have public-private partnerships to address the issues before us. Madison House Autism Foundation and thousands of parents and individuals stand ready to help find comprehensive solutions. We need your unwavering leadership. We need to work on behalf of those on the spectrum and beyond our own careers. We can retire from our jobs, but these individuals will be living with autism for the rest of their lives. Thank you.
Thank you.